Abby, Jake told me about what you did. Is it true that you don't make lunch?
Yes, that's true. Jake is a salesman and travels a lot. It's inconvenient for him to carry lunch with him.
What an excuse. You just don't want to do it.
No, it's not that. I used to make him lunch every day, but Jake told me it was too much to bring lunch with him. I also thought it would be better to buy food, especially during the summer because it goes bad easily due to the heat.
What a typical excuse.
I'm not lying. You can ask Jake to confirm it if you like.
You don't even work? You're always at home. The least you could do is cook. What kind of wife are you?
Helen, I've told you multiple times I work from home. It's not like I'm just playing around. I have my own income.
You always say what's convenient for you. You're just trying to live off Jake's income while living an easy life. Jake is a well-educated man who got into a top company. I'm sure he makes enough money so that you don't have to work.
Yes, and I'm grateful for Jake.
If you think so, why don't you do more for Jake?
Huh? I'm trying my best in my own way, but...
Huh? In what way? He's always busy and he doesn't have lunch. I feel bad for him.
Excuse me, Helen. I'm working right now, so I have to go.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you. Abby, I've been thinking about what we talked about the other day.
Yes?
I don't think you're a suitable wife for Jake.
What?
Just because Jake makes good money, I don't think he deserves a wife who doesn't do anything, not even cook. I don't think you're good for my son.
Helen, I've told you many times I work from home. I don't just sit around and do nothing. I do housework every day.
That sounds like the kind of thing an uneducated, useless person would say.
Huh?
Being the wife of a man with a high income and living a comfortable and elegant life? Well, it would surely be nice to live a comfortable and luxurious life, wouldn't it? But I don't think that's right.
What are you talking about, Helen? I don't live a luxurious and comfortable life.
Well, you're a brat. You're mooching off my son.
I told you I'm working from home.
Working from home is such a convenient way to work, isn't it? It's a perfect reason for a liar like you.
I'm a high school graduate, and you can say I'm undereducated. I started working as a high school graduate because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't go to college, but I studied a lot and got a lot of training. That's why I have the job I have now. I have not lived an easy life. It may not have been what you wanted, but...
Here you go again with your excuses. You say the most absurd things. That's how you tricked Jake, didn't you?
Tricked him? Jake and I love each other.
Oh my God, please stop. You love each other, huh? That's nasty. Anyway, you married him for his money and I want you to leave him.
What do you mean?
I want you to be out of that house today. Get away from my son as soon as possible. I will talk to him about it later, so pack up your stuff and leave.
Helen, I'm working right now.
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I'm excusing myself.
Abby, are you working right now?
Yeah, but what's up? I was just about to take a break now.
Oh, good.
What happened?
It's about work. I got the day off tomorrow.
Huh? Why?
There's a flu spreading around my department. It's going around right now.
Yeah, it's all over the news.
So we're taking off for a day or maybe two.
I see.
Will I be interrupting your work if I'm at home? If so, I'm going somewhere so I won't be a distraction.
Oh no, that's totally fine. You're not a kid. It's not like you're going to make a fuss.
Really? Then that's good. I have some paperwork to do, so I'll work from home tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
So, how's my mom lately? That doesn't sound good.
She said some pretty harsh things to me today.
Oh well, I'm really sorry.
It's not something you should apologize for.
But it gets you upset often, right?
It's okay. I wish I could say, don't worry, but I'm honestly bothered by what she says. She would say mean things.
I need to seriously think about that. I don't want you to get sick or anything.
Well, I'm not that weak, but if you can do anything about it, it will help. I want to concentrate on my work too.
I understand. I'll give it some serious thought. Okay, well, I'll just finish up the rest of my work and then I'll be on my way.
Yeah, good luck.
Hey, Abby. You're still at home, aren't you? I texted you to leave the house immediately, didn't I?
I'm at work.
Huh? Are you going to tell me I'm working from home again? I'm tired of hearing that.
I mean...
This is why I hate poorly educated incompetents. All they do is repeat the words they've learned. They can't even do a single household chore.
I've told you about this many times. I earn good money from my job, and I do my chores. So I see no reason for me to leave.
Wow! Are you trying to talk back at me? You're such an uneducated woman that you don't even know the hierarchy. To think that someone like you is living with Jake? That's horrifying.
I see.
I didn't let him get married to be unhappy. And with you, Jake will never be happy. I have to protect him at all costs. Do you hear me?
I'm working. I have to let you go.
Excuse me? Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I just don't have the time to text you. I'm working.
Don't you dare make fun of me. Listen, move out of that house today. If you don't, I will force you to. Also, don't you ever tell my son about this.
Huh?
I don't want to put him into any unnecessary trouble.
Huh?
Hey, Abby. You're still in that house, aren't you? When are you going to leave? You uneducated and incompetent people act like scum too. Well then, before you leave, please divorce Jake already.
Huh?
That will be faster since you're a bum. And the whole reason I'm asking you to leave the house is to get a divorce.
Divorce?
Divorce him now and I'll stop harassing you.
I have no intention of getting a divorce. I'm sure Jake thinks the same way I do.
God, you're so difficult. Oh, you don't understand because you're uneducated?
Helen, please stop. Just because I didn't go to college doesn't mean I don't have knowledge. I've studied that well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job.
You mean like working from home or something? There's no way you can do a job just lounging around at home. Would you stop lying to me already? I'm getting tired of hearing that.
I'm not lying.
I can't keep him putting up with you every day. You still need to get a divorce. I'll find a suitable wife for my son myself.
Well, is that all you have to say?
Huh? Why are you being so presumptuous?
I'm looking at our text messages from yesterday and today with Jake. Your son is next to me right now.
What? Jake is supposed to be at work. Lying like that again?
I'm not lying. Jake's work department had a flu outbreak. He was supposed to be off yesterday, but they extended it another day. We were working from home together, so we were reading your text messages.
What? Really?
Jake wants to talk about this with you. I will stop messaging you now.
Okay. Jake? Were you with her? Why didn't you tell me you were with her? Then we could have had a quicker conversation. You could have kicked Abby out right away. That uneducated and incompetent wife of yours, you're too good for her. Hey, what are you talking about? Who said I wanted to divorce Abby? Because if you think about it, it's obvious. You graduated from a top university and became an elite office worker. And she's such a poorly educated, incompetent wife. There's no way you'd be able to match her. A useless wife? Abby is working as hard as she can and doing her best to take care of me. You don't know anything, so don't talk about it like that. I won't forgive you. Hey, Jake, what are you talking about? You've been brainwashed by Abby? Brainwashed? Let me tell you something. Abby earns more than me. What? What did you just say? I told you when you first met her. Abby is a scenario writer. A scenario writer? Abby? There's no way that poorly educated, useless woman could do such a thing. Abby wanted to be a writer, so after graduating from high school, she apprenticed herself to the writer she admires. Well, her mentor was a strict man, and that's the way he treated her. You can't write a good scenario without knowing everything about the world. Then she started reading books every day. Whenever she had questions, she will be all over the place picking up all sorts of knowledge. At least Abby knows many times more knowledge than you. What? Isn't she kind of uneducated and useless? What is up with that? You judged her without even listening to anyone, just because she's a high school grad, right? Abby became a top writer because her mentor treated her well. She's been writing a lot of scenarios lately, so I guess she's a popular writer. A popular writer? That can't be true. There's no way that poorly educated and useless wife can write scenarios. Jake, you're getting totally fooled, you know? What are you talking about? That's stupid. I've been married to Abby for 3 years now. I'm pretty sure I know what she does for a living and how much she makes. Huh? How much does she make then? She earns more than $8,000 a month. It varies by month, but it's way more than me. She makes over $100,000 a year. She's a popular writer, so they pay her a lot per piece. Can you believe it? Just a high school grad? It doesn't matter. You got way too many biases about people's education and jobs. You know that? People with talent always manage to bloom, no matter what. I don't believe it. You got that? If you understand, apologize to her. Abby, I heard you're a popular writer. A scenario writer?
Yes, I am.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
No, I explained it many times. Maybe you weren't listening because you were just blabbering on, huh?
I doubt that. Then, from now on, you're going to give me $2,000 every month.
Excuse me?
If you do that, I might consider accepting your marriage to Jake.
We're already married.
I heard you earn more than Jake.
Yeah, but I'm saving that money.
It's your duty as a wife to give me allowance every month. If you do that, maybe I'll let you stay in the house.
I will talk to Jake about that. Since it affects the household budget, I can't decide everything by myself, you know.
No, you don't have to tell him.
Why not?
He might end up blaming myself for not being able to give his mom some money. He's a responsible man. If he finds out that his wife is giving his mom an allowance, he might get hurt, right?
I don't think so.
No, I'm sure he will. Just don't tell him about it. Hey, Abby. What the hell?
What's wrong?
I've been waiting on the money you were supposed to give me. I was going to come get it and found out your place was rented out. Why?
We moved out of that apartment.
What? What do you mean you moved out?
That's what it means.
I wasn't informed. How dare you keep that information from your mother-in-law? I was actually thinking of letting it slide if you brought me the money. Hey, it's me. Jake, what is this all about? Leaving the apartment without telling me? I told you to apologize to Abby, didn't I? Did you? And what do you mean, give me the money? What? Did Abby tell you about this? I told her not to say anything. I was off work that day too. Didn't I say the flu was going around? I ended up getting 2 days off, so we were reading your messages. Abby never said anything. I'm going to cut ties with you. Cut ties with me? Why? I can't cause any more trouble for Abby. I can't imagine what she's been through with you. Of course, we'll not tell you where we are. Hold on. So you're saying I have to live alone? That's what it's gonna be like. What about my allowance? You're kidding, right? She worked so hard for it. Why would she give it to someone like you? Don't be ridiculous. Then how am I supposed to live? You have a job, right? If you don't live extravagantly, you should be able to get by with a pension and your current job, right? I can't. Why not? I quit my job because I thought Abby would give me money. Huh? How selfish can you be? Don't you have some money saved up? I'm sure you have Dad's inheritance too. I never got anything. Well, I spent all that money. Huh? How? Well, you know, shopping, going out to dinner with friends. Sometimes you go on overnight trips, and then you realize you've run out. Seriously? Wow, talk about splurging. That's why I don't have any money. Well, why don't you just work? There are plenty of jobs out there if you look for one. Oh no, at this age, you expect me to work? That's your only option. What? Isn't it because you've been giving your daughter-in-law a hard time that things ended up like this? It's not that I was bullying her. If that wasn't bullying, then what is it? Jake, that's an awful thing to say to your mother. Anyway, I'm cutting ties with you. Don't you ever look for us. Don't say that. I've handed your photo to the company security guard and told them you're some suspicious person. If you show up, they'll call the cops on you. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. No way. I can't believe this is happening. Am I gonna end up dirt poor just like that? Abby, I'm in trouble.
What's wrong? Jake talked to you, didn't he?
He told me he's cutting ties with me because I didn't apologize to you. I know it took me a while, but I apologize now. I'm sorry, Abby. This is fine, isn't it? Now please talk to Jake.
Huh? Me?
Well, there's no one else I can rely on but you, right? Besides, I reckon Jake would actually listen if it's you who talks to him.
I refuse.
Why not?
Don't you understand, Helen? You've been bullying me, calling me uneducated and useless, just sitting around the house and not doing anything, mooching off your son. You said that, remember?
About that, I'm sorry. I take it back. In return, please convince Jake.
No way. With words so light-hearted, my feelings won't mend. You have no idea how much it hurt me. After all, I was attempting to make amends with my mother-in-law. All of it was pointless.
It's not pointless. Let's try to get along as daughter-in-law and mother-in-law, okay? So give me the money as planned.
Are you serious? Why should I give money to someone like you? We may plan on having a baby in the future. I even want to build our own home. I don't have money to give you.
What? Hey, how about we at least skip the whole cutting ties thing? I'll be alone.
That's what I thought. I've been trying to make it work with you. But you brought all of this on yourself. I can't do anything about it. We have no intention of seeing you anymore.
No, I don't want to. I already quit my job. How am I supposed to live?
How about stop wasting your money? Shop only when you need to. Dine with your friends once a month. Travel only after you've saved up some hard-earned money. If you live modestly, I think you can manage to get by with just the pension, you know.
I can't do that.
If you can't, then please start looking for a job again and work hard. Please earn the money you want to splurge on yourself. I will not give you a single penny from my income.
Don't say that. Don't you feel sorry for a mother whose own son has insulated her?
Don't you think it's sad for a mother to be estranged by her own son? You said this to yourself. If I were Jake, I wouldn't have done the same thing.
Please help me, Abby.
We've already made our decision. We will block you from everything. Wish you luck.
Abby, please, please, please help me.
Goodbye. Despite being alone by herself, she blew through all of my father-in-law's inheritance and savings like there was no tomorrow. My husband was even more shocked. Although he cut ties with his mother, he thought she was incapable of managing her money. He somehow convinced a friend who owns a sewing factory to arrange for my mother-in-law to work and stay there. Now, she lives in the dormitory of the sewing factory while saving money earned from working there. It seems like she's leading a simple life. I hope my mother-in-law can save up well for the near future, because health doesn't last forever. We've been freed from my mother-in-law and are enjoying our married life. We're both busy with work, but we're planning to take a break and go on a hot spring trip next weekend.
Hey Mom, when are you coming back home? I'm starving. Oh Sarah, I just finished work. I'll be home as soon as I can. You're always working. I'm sorry. Mom, could you try to be a bit more like a mother? What? I'm coming home from school and there's no food at home. Isn't it normal for mothers to prepare a meal for their child? I never said I won't feed you. I'll make something as soon as I get back. Besides, you're in middle school now, so you should help out too. There are kids your age who can cook. What do I have to do with other people? I have you to cook for me, so hurry up and make something. There's no need to be disrespectful. Hey Mom, do you know where my gym clothes is at? No, I don't. Did you wash them? I didn't have time yesterday, so I'm doing it now. Huh? Are you kidding me? I'm going to be late for school. What are you going to do? I don't know. I work the night shift and I'm busy too. You have to start preparing for yourself. Who would have thought you'd be this careless? Careless? If you think that way, why don't you start doing your own laundry? I don't want to. It's too much work. Then don't complain. I mean, it's not my fault that you're useless, right? What's the matter with you? I'm not your help. I mean, you're close to something like that, but. Excuse me? Oh, never mind. Hey, Regina. How are you? Hi, sis. What's up? I'm kind of busy today. I've been working late. I want to send you some pictures and let me know what do you think about it. Wait, what is this? Why is Jason and Sarah with you? Well, the three of us are having dinner right now. What do you mean? We have a plan to have dinner to celebrate Sarah's birthday. I was in a hurry to get home and get dressed. Well, Sarah asked us to take her out. What? Sarah asked you that? What do you mean? She said she'd rather celebrate it with me than you, so I took her shopping. Then I met up with Jason and now we're having dinner. Are you serious? We even made plans to go get our nails done. She promised we'd go shopping together, so why? I even told my boss I'm leaving work early. What's going on? Hey Mom, I really wanted Aunt Lauren to celebrate my birthday. To be honest, I wish she was my mom. She has better taste than you. What? I mean, she looks fabulous. She always dresses so nicely with perfect makeup and hair. And then there's you, always in jeans and a shirt, no makeup, hair tied back. It's kind of shabby, and honestly, it's embarrassing when you come to school. I can do nothing about it. I often run straight to school after work. I'm a nurse. I don't have that much time in my hands. Is that why you invited my sister to celebrate instead? No, that's not it. I just told you why. What? I wish she was my mom. What do you mean? Honestly, I want you to divorce Dad. Huh? He's with it too. What? Jason? Yeah, Aunt Lauren is beautiful and he gets thrilled when he's with her. He said he'd be happy if that happened. You're kidding, right? I feel the same way with Dad. So, I got you the divorce papers. Pretty sharp, right? Divorce papers? What are you talking about out of the blue? I wanted to do it before my birthday, so the divorce paper is on the table in the living room. Dad already signed the papers. You just have to sign it. Sarah, are you being serious? Of course I'm serious. Otherwise, I wouldn't have prepared the divorce papers, right? Why are you doing this? Why would you want us to get divorced? Because I want to. You're a bad mom. What? You don't prepare food for me when I get home. You tell me to do my own laundry. All you do is work, and you always look shabby. That's why I prefer Aunt Lauren than you. It's because I'm working. I've been working night shifts to provide for you. I don't have time to take care of myself. There's a lot of mom that makes effort. You're just making excuses. Even I can see through that. But your friend seems to be helping out with the chores. Your friend's mom told me that her daughter has her own chores, unlike you who doesn't lift a finger. Don't blame me. You can't even do house chores right, and on top of that, you don't even know how to take care of yourself. That's just you. I'm embarrassed of you. On the other hand, Aunt Lauren is way different than you. What? She's older than you, but she's perfect in every way. I can brag about her at school too. That's because she doesn't think about anything else but herself. She puts all her time and money for her looks. But hearing all this from you, I know exactly how you feel about me. Same with Jason too. I'm so glad. I'll do whatever you guys want. I'll agree to the divorce. I have no intention of living with you guys after what you did. Thank you, Mom. Don't call me Mom. I'm going to cut ties with you guys. I'm heading home and pack my stuff and get out of there. Take care. Hey Regina, how are you? Why are you hitting me up? I don't want to talk to you anymore. Oh, stop being so uptight. I called you because I have to tell you something. I finally got married to Jason. Me, Jason, and Sarah are finally family. There's no need for your updates. I don't want anything to do with all of you. You don't have to be so cold. I've always envied you. Why? Well, because Jason is good looking, works for a well known company, and he's kind. I was hoping to meet someone like him. Well, I'm glad to hear that. He asked me to marry him the other night at dinner. I was so surprised I almost jumped out of my chair. Good for you. He was still living with me that time, though. I find it funny that he asked you to marry him. Regina. What? I feel sorry for you. Your husband and your daughter abandoned you. You don't have to feel sorry for me. But I'll make you pay $500,000 for child support. Huh? Why do I have to pay for child support? Well, because you relinquished custody. Sarah's about to go to high school and college. She needs money. It's normal for you to help out with that. And what does Jason think about that? He wants me to pay child support? Of course. You have good income and you get your bonus. I thought $500,000 is easy. I mean, you just have to work double shifts if you need to. Seriously? Well, you must be devastated. Sarah asking you for divorce, and just like that, you had to move out. Everything happened so quick, huh? But you still have to fulfill your responsibility as a mother, no matter the circumstances. If that's the case, why don't you ask the real mother? What? I don't know what on earth Jason is thinking. Why should I pay child support if I'm not the real mother? What? What do you mean? Sarah is your child, isn't she? Sarah is a secret child with another woman. What? How is that even possible? I know, right? I was going to take this secret to my grave, but Jason had an affair right after we got married. No way! Then one day, Sarah was left on her doorstep, wrapped in a blanket. It was like a scene out of a movie. There was just a letter asking us to take care of her. Wow, it really is like a movie. At first, I thought she was just an abandoned child and was going to report it to the police. But Jason confessed everything. We couldn't just abandon the child, so we ended up raising her. I didn't know. Does Sarah know about that? No, she doesn't. She doesn't even know we were divorced. What? Divorced? You just got divorced not too long ago, right? Sarah gave you the divorce papers, right? We've been divorced way before that. What? What do you mean? I was going to divorce him the moment I found out about his affair and the baby, but Jason insisted on raising Sarah with me. Seeing the baby's face, I couldn't bring myself to abandon her. At that time, we decided to divorce and live together temporarily to see how things would go. Before we knew it, decades has passed. Basically, Jason and I were just roommates. Sarah is under Jason's name. What? I'm so confused right now. What does that mean? It means I'm not Sarah's biological mother. We're not related and I'm not her legal guardian. You cannot claim child support from me. Oh no! I can't raise Sarah with no child support. But, you filed for marriage, right? Didn't you adopt her? Yes, but... Then you're obligated to raise Sarah, right? Sarah isn't particularly studious, but she seems to have a desire to pursue higher education. I guess you'll need $500,000. So you have to start working hard now. Wait. I listened to Sarah's wish that I do the housework perfectly. I quit my job when I got married. I don't know if I can pay that kind of money. I mean, who does? But as parents, you're obligated to raise your child, so you gotta figure it out and pay up somehow, huh? That's impossible. But that's what every parent in the world do. I'm sure you can do it too. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard from Jason. He was fired from his last job. What? The company you said that was a well-known company? You're kidding, right? I haven't heard anything. Oh no, a married couple and you don't talk about anything important? Well, let me tell you something. My current company doesn't pay me enough to afford Sarah's school, so I had to work night shifts too. Because of that, I was exhausted every day. I was breaking out and I didn't have time or energy to get dressed up. Oh, it's frustrating to be belittled by Sarah like that. Makes you wonder what you were working for so hard in the first place, right? I didn't know anything. Sounds like he didn't want to bring up his problems, huh? That's the kind of man he is. Well, I know you're gonna go through a lot, but good luck. Mom! Mom, I know you see my messages. Please reply. I'm not your mom, though. Mom, I want you to come home. Please. Why? Because Lauren can't do anything. She can't cook, so we always end up eating ready-made meals. And when she does the laundry, the clothes are always wrinkled. The bathroom is always covered in mold, and she can't even clean it properly. I just don't want to live with someone like that. Oh, isn't that what you wanted? You left me because you wanted to be with her, remember? That was more like a temporary lapse in judgment, you know? I didn't know anything about Lauren. Plus, she's just so clumsy. That's why she don't look any better than you. What? That's so rude. Her hair is always so messy. She doesn't even wear makeup because she can't afford it. She comes to school in torn clothes and I'm so ashamed of her. Well, she must be having a hard time making ends meet. Why not? I mean, Dad's making good money, but he doesn't get paid enough, okay? What? He used to brag about how much money he makes. That was a long time ago. After he switched companies, he couldn't even make ends meet on a monthly basis. Then why did he give me so much allowance? He would buy me anything I wanted right away. That's because I was working so hard. You used to make fun of me all the time, but I worked so hard that you could have everything you want. I worked hard day and night, and when I get home, you were always treating me like your maid. Even though it was hard, seeing you enjoying your life made it easier. Then you have to come home and work for me again, Mom. I don't even get a good allowance anymore. Thanks to you, I can't even go out with my friends. I guess that's just the way it is, isn't it? Huh? This was your choice. You all kicked me out. I would never go back there again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what happened. Come back and work hard again. Then I want you to give me an allowance and buy me some clothes. How can you be so selfish? Have you ever thought about my feelings? I've been raising you as my own child, and suddenly you abandon me. Your own child? Oh, you should know the truth by now. I'm not your biological mother. What? Then who is my mother? You're the child of the woman that your father had an affair with. That's not true. He begged me to raise you with him. I thought I'd raise you as my own. I thought I could do anything for you. No way. So I'm not your child? If you want to know the details, ask your dad. But you raised me all this time, so you're my mom, right? So work hard for me and give me an allowance. I have a lot of things I want you to buy for me. Please. You are something else. Where did I go wrong raising you? What? How can things work out that way for you? I'm already divorced from your dad. I'm not your legal guardian either. So from now on, you should cooperate with your father and my sister Lauren and live together. Don't say that. You're my mom. Don't ever depend on me again. Oh no, Mom. Regina, Why would you tell Sarah something unnecessary? About what? The secret. Oh, she's been talking nonsense. I thought it was time for her to know the truth. She's been out of hand since. She got so violent. She won't listen to me or Jason. She's treating me like an old lady. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. She's so disrespectful. She's like, learn how to cook, redo the laundry, work harder. You're responsible for this, Regina. Huh? You're the one who's responsible. You took them away from me, and then you went on bragging about your marriage? She's your guardian now. You two should be responsible. It's none of my business. It's your fault for hiding the fact that he had another child with another woman in the first place. Do you really need to say that? I raised Sarah as my own child. I didn't even know about Jason's job. Thanks to that, our household finances are in shambles. I was counting on child support, but that didn't happen either. That has nothing to do with me. Isn't it a bit unfair to blame me? You're the one who set me up. How can you say that? You messaged me out of nowhere and kicked me out of my house. You've got to be kidding me. I don't have anything to do with all of you anymore. Please leave me alone. Then what's going to happen to me? Sarah's out of hand stealing money and always going out. Jason isn't doing anything about it. I don't know what to do. I'm getting out of here. You should come back. I just told you to leave me alone. What part of that you don't understand? I've been divorced with Jason. It's not fair of you to say that. If I knew it would be like this, I should have never gotten married. It's too late for that. Do something about it. No, it's none of my business. You're my sister. I don't consider you as my sister anymore. I keep telling you I'm a stranger who has nothing to do with this. Please help me. I can't do this. I have no money. Sarah swears at me and calls me an old lady. And of course, Jason is having an affair. What? He hasn't learned his lesson? That guy is just hopeless. So please help me, please. I can't. You chose to marry Jason. You just wanted to take everything away from me. There's no reason for me to help you. No, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Save your only sister, please. I'm done with all of you. You, Jason, and Sarah. Figure it out yourself. I'm blocking all three of you. Don't ever contact me again. Bye. Regina, wait! After that, unable to bear the situation, my sister fled the house. And after a dispute, the divorce was finalized. My sister, who always wanted to be a housewife, quit her job, taking loans to make ends meet. I heard she's working at a bar to pay her debts. She must have borrowed quite a lot of money. Rumor has it that John and Sarah are still living on the edge. Sarah has been running around with her bad friends. I've raised Sarah since she was so little, so it's not like I don't care. But I'm not involved anymore, so I'll just leave it like that. Now I work less night shifts and make more time for myself. I've started taking lessons and now I'm enjoying learning new things. From now on, I would like to spend more time taking care of myself.
Natalie, could you please give me some money tonight?
Money? Didn't I just give you an allowance 3 days ago?
Yes, you did. But I suddenly need it since I had some errands to run.
What are you going to spend it on?
Oh, my friends invited me out for a drink.
Are you sure it's a drinking party?
What? Are you doubting me?
What happened to the money I gave you 3 days ago?
That allowance? I want to spend it on myself.
So, drinking with friends isn't for yourself?
Huh? Don't be so stingy. I'm the one who earns the money, so it's up to me how much I spend.
I wish I could give you the money, but it's not like we have that much money. I know you're the one who's making money, but that doesn't mean you can spend it as much as you want.
Don't act like you're my parents. Are you telling me that I'm not even allowed to use my allowance as I want to?
No, I do give you a decent amount of allowance.
I can't stand it when you mumble whenever I wanted to get my allowance. You're home all day, but I work outside. I have a lot of social engagements. Don't talk to me like you're some sort of a big shot.
I'm not having fun at home either. I'm working until you get home.
Working? You're just playing on the computer, aren't you? Don't talk big to me when you don't even make enough money to pay.
That's not true. I'm making good money. Anyway, you need to manage your allowance a little better. There's a limit to how much allowance you can ask for.
You really are a stingy wife, you know.
Natalie, may I have a word with you? Hello, Fiona. Is something wrong?
You must give me $2,800 every month.
$2,800 every month? What do you mean?
You're so stupid. I mean, that you should send money to me.
But why?
Why? Isn't it natural to send money for your parents?
No, I don't think it's natural. $2,800 a month. We don't have that kind of money.
You're so loud and annoying. What I say is absolute. You're so arrogant. $2,800 is not a lot of money.
What on earth are you going to use it for? You don't even know why you're spending it.
My husband paid a lot of money for a woman.
Your husband? He doesn't look like the kind of person who would do such a thing, though.
It's not about how he looks. The bill is here.
What? You mean he borrowed money to pay the woman?
That kind of thing.
And what does your husband think about that money? I think you need to have a good talk with your husband before you demand me, your son's wife, to send you money.
That's terrible. My husband moved back in with his parents because his father needed care.
Yeah, I've heard that story before. Your husband's mother can't take care of her husband by herself, so they said they had to figure out a way.
That's right. I guess taking care of him is something my husband has to do. But with $50,000 in debt, it's appalling that he just went back to his parents' house and pretended as if he doesn't know about it. He was the one who's having fun with another woman. I wonder why men are so selfish.
Gee, it's true that you can't handle a debt of $50,000 all by yourself. You don't even have a job.
See? That's why you should give me $2,800 every month. If you can't even take care of me, you're not my son's wife.
Wait a minute. That's not what this is about. Such a large sum of money is not something that can be easily decided on my own. I'll talk to Clayton.
That's no good.
What? Why? The amount is $2,800 a month. It's indeed not good if Clayton doesn't know about this.
Please don't say anything to him.
Why not?
I don't want him to worry. If he finds out that his father got into debt because he's having fun with another woman, of course he'd be sad.
He might be sad, but he has the right to know that his father created a debt of $50,000.
Clayton works diligently from morning till night every day. His father's scandal has nothing to do with his life. I can't let him hear this terrible story.
No, Fiona. That's not the right thing to do. Your own son knows nothing about this. So why should I send you $2,800 a month? I just can't accept that.
Stop being a cocky wife. I told you that if you can't even take care of me, you're not my son's wife.
Still, I can't keep this as a secret to my husband. We have our own lives to take care of. I'd like to discuss with Clayton about what to do from now on.
What if he goes crazy over this matter?
Even so, I think we need to talk. I can't just give $2,800 a month to you without telling my husband.
You really are a devil. You just want to see my son get sick.
I talked to him carefully so that he won't get sick. Anyway, please wait a bit about the money.
You are a really useless wife.
Clayton, can I have a word?
What's wrong?
I just got a text from your mother asking me to give her some money.
How much?
She wants me to give her $2,800 a month. She said if I can't take care of her, then I'm not a good wife.
Well, I guess you can't blame her for saying that.
What?
You can give that much to Mom, right?
Clayton, what are you talking about?
You work all day at home, don't you? You've been bragging that you're making good money. Then give it to Mom.
Are you insane? $2,800 a month is a lot of money. How are we going to make a living for ourselves?
But Mom is in trouble, so you should do something about it.
I know, but...
You're a heartless woman, you know that? You don't even give me enough allowance and you pretend not to know when Mom is in trouble.
I'm not heartless. It's just because we have our own lives to take care of. I asked your mother why she needs that kind of money. She told me that your father was in debt to another woman.
I see.
You know about that?
If he borrowed money, there's nothing we can do about it than to pay it off.
But if your father were to disappear, you'll be in charge to pay for that debt, right? If that were to happen, you would be in trouble. I think we should have a family discussion.
Are you stupid?
Huh?
That's why Mom is trying to pay off the debt as soon as possible, right? Then you should give her $2,800 a month.
How can you be so sure?
You're always bragging that you're making good money playing on your computer. Can't you at least do that? I can't stand your overbearing attitude.
I'm not overbearing. I work for a living every month. I can't afford to give your mother $2,800 a month.
Then work harder.
What did you say?
Why don't you just find another part-time job?
How can you say that? Why should I have to work more to pay for the debt your father made?
Isn't that what a wife is supposed to do? All you do is being overbearing and stingy. You're not fulfilling the role of a good wife at all. I took an ugly woman like you and made you my wife.
You're terrible. I didn't marry you for your money. I don't work for you and your parents' sake.
Don't be so cocky.
Huh?
I'm okay with divorce.
Divorce? Why would you suggest that?
Because you don't listen to me. What's the point of having a wife who doesn't listen to me and my mother? If I divorce you, you'll be alone forever. No man would take such an ugly woman like you.
Why are you talking like that? You're being very rude.
I don't like your cocky attitude since a long time ago. You can divorce me anytime you want.
Don't talk about divorce so casually.
No, I'm serious. Look in my desk drawer.
What?
There's a signed divorce papers in there.
What do you mean?
I've been preparing to divorce you from a while ago.
Preparation for divorce? That
means I'm ready for it whenever you are. If you don't want to get divorced, then shut up and listen to Mom. And stop bothering me with all this nonsense. Hey, Natalie. When are you going to give me the $2,800? How long are you going to make me wait? You really are a useless wife. Besides, I heard that you don't even give Clayton enough allowance. If you can't take care of me and your husband, you are not a good wife. I'll have you divorce Clayton.
We're already divorced.
What? What do you mean already divorced?
I already filed for divorce 5 days ago.
Huh? I didn't hear anything about it. Did Clayton agree to it?
He has been preparing the divorce papers.
No kidding.
He said if I don't do what I was told by him and you, he'd divorce me. So I signed the papers and submitted them to the authorities.
What do you mean? What did Clayton say about that?
I've been getting calls and texts every day, but I'm ignoring him because it was his idea in the first place.
Huh? You're lying.
It's not a lie. So now you and I are strangers who have nothing to do with each other.
You're lying because you don't want to give me the $2,800. I'll check with Clayton right now, so wait until I get back to you again. Hey, I heard you filed the divorce papers on your own. Clayton was appalled.
How come? He was the one who initiated it.
But he's a smart guy, you know?
Huh?
He said he's going to ask for alimony from you now. If you pay him alimony, he can pay off his father's debt. He is so smart after all.
Are you crazy? What's so smart about your son who embezzled the company's money?
What? How did you know that?
I asked someone from his company.
What?
There are a couple of colleagues from his company who have been good friends of mine since our marriage. I haven't talked to the husband much though, but I get along well with his wife and we talk a lot. I was surprised when the wife contacted me because she was worried about me.
No way.
No wonder you've been asking for money so much lately. I knew there was something wrong with your son. The company said that they would fire Clayton if he doesn't pay back the money he spent. You're the one who paid on his behalf, right?
That's obvious, since it's for my own son. If I borrow the money in my name and pay the debt, Clayton will still be able to work, right? I think about that boy much more than you.
Do you have any idea of what you're doing?
I had no choice because you are useless. If you gave me $2,800 every month, I could have put that money toward paying off the debt. I thought it was a good idea myself.
What a dreadful mother and son. Your husband had nothing to do with this debt, right? You're blaming your husband who's been taking care of his father without letting him know about the truth. What do you guys think you're doing?
It's okay. My husband doesn't know anything about it, and things will end up in peace.
Huh?
Clayton has a high income. He's going to get a big bonus. So I'm going to pay the debt by using his money.
How can Clayton, who is broke, do such a thing?
That's because you've been so stingy. You took away all of his salary, and you didn't even give him enough monthly allowance. From now on, I'm going to manage his salary.
I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think it's possible for him to pay you with what he earns.
Why not?
Didn't Clayton tell you? His salary has been cut due to a series of scandals. His take-home monthly pay is $1,100. His bonus is the same amount.
$1,100? Not $11,000? I don't know if you're frustrated or what, but don't lie to me.
I'm telling the truth. Because, think about it. Clayton has embezzled the company's money, right? Under normal circumstances, he would have been fired. But his co-workers asked the company to let him take a pay cut instead.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. You can contact the company if you don't trust me.
Then how have you been making a living?
Clayton's salary was mostly spent by him, so I was paying the rent and general living expenses.
What? How can you pay for those when you don't even have much of a job?
I told you I'm working, didn't I? Even with this, I earn about $8,000 a month. I make over $100,000 a year.
Seriously? You make that much money?
Yes, indeed.
Wait a minute. Then if you divorce him, Clayton won't be able to make a living. What about the debt I created on behalf of him?
I don't know what you're going to do, but $2,800 a month is impossible, isn't it?
Absolutely impossible. Hey, Natalie, please don't get a divorce and start over with Clayton again.
Impossible, because I've already filed for divorce.
That doesn't matter. All you have to do is file the marriage certificate again and make the same money as before and help me with my debts.
How dare you say that? You and Clayton have been making fun of me for a long time, haven't you? That I don't work hard enough? And that I'm a useless wife? Also, that I should go out to work more? I felt like I was being gouged in my chest. No matter what I said, you didn't believe me. Do you think I would go back to horrible people like you guys? Stop joking.
Don't say that. I apologize for what my son did. I'll talk to my son and make him listen to you very well. From now on, I will do exactly as you tell me to do. So help us.
I'll tell you the shocking truth instead. Clayton has also spent all the money I had saved up when I was single. I had $50,000. I'm going to make him pay that back exactly too.
What? In addition to the $50,000 I borrowed, you're going to add another $50,000? No kidding. Of course that's impossible.
Clayton wouldn't stop gambling no matter how many times I warned him. So he started spending all the money in the house. And to top it all off, he even embezzled the company's money. If you're not very careful, there's a possibility that your debts will increase in the future.
Oh no.
Then I have some very sad news for you. I have informed your husband about all this matter.
Huh? How could you do such a selfish thing? Are you trying to ruin my family?
He is your husband. How could you borrow such a large sum of money and not inform him? Your husband was terribly shocked. It's obvious, isn't it?
Why did you tell him?
There's no way you could hide it from him. I thought it would be better to tell him properly before Clayton's debts increase.
And what did my husband say?
He said he was considering to divorce you.
Divorce?
He doesn't want to spend the rest of his life paying for debt. So you should think about that too. You should also consider that he might charge you for alimony.
What? Because it's his fault too. He was originally supposed to lend money to Clayton, who came to him for advice about not having enough money. But since he used the money to pay for the renovation of his parents' house, he couldn't help him. When I saw how disappointed Clayton was, I had no choice but to do this.
How could you do that? As a parent, you should have scolded Clayton for creating his debt. But you borrowed money on his behalf. It's appalling that you would borrow that money on behalf of him and make me pay it off.
I'm sorry, Natalie. It was my fault. It was my fault for not scolding my son. I'm sorry for what I've done. So let's support each other again together as a family.
Huh? You must be joking. I have no intention of doing that.
My husband is divorcing me. I don't want to lose everything and be left with nothing but debt. You make over $100,000 a year, right? I'll do anything for you. I'll prepare meals, do laundry, clean the house. I'll work for you like a housekeeper. So let's live together.
Don't be silly. I told you I'm already divorced. Why should I live with you people?
How can you be so cold? I've loved you as my son's wife until now.
You've got to be kidding me. You made fun of me and always said that I should get a divorce. I don't get the idea about how you loved me so much from your attitude towards me. Anyway, from here on out, everything will be discussed through my lawyer, and you will be required to repay my savings that your son used. I've already told your son, but you'll have to remind him too.
Oh no. My husband divorced me and I can't live with that kind of debt.
But you don't have a choice now. You and your son must make up your minds. Now, if you'll excuse me. Afterwards, I filed a claim through my lawyer to return the $50,000 that had been used without my permission. Clayton insisted that he would never pay me the money. However, it was clear from the bank book that he had used the money, so he finally agreed to pay. In addition, he has to repay his mother for the money she borrowed on behalf of him. My father-in-law divorced his wife, so she has no choice but to live with Clayton. Fiona is also working part-time to make ends meet. Besides, she was also sued by my father-in-law for alimony. However, in addition to Clayton's low income, Fiona's part-time job pays only a fraction of what her son's income is. So both of them started working part-time at night. I wonder if this will finally cure Clayton's gambling habit. But it's none of my business anymore. My job as a web writer is going well, and I'm getting new jobs. I'm busier than ever before. I can concentrate on my work because I don't have to deal with my ex-husband and his mother. So I am enjoying it and working hard.
Ken's sports day is coming up, so keep your schedule open. Of course, the whole family will be there to cheer him, right?
Oh, Ken is having a sports day. I would love to be there to cheer him, but I don't think we'll be able to make it.
What? Are you saying you won't go to cheer for your adorable nephew? Are you even a mother? Don't you understand how much my daughter wants her family to be there for him?
I also want to see Ken at the sports day, but Annie hasn't been feeling well lately. She has been lying down trying to feel better.
Isn't it because you spoil her? What is it about a 7-year-old child lying down? Why don't you get her up and get her to be more active? Isn't that what parents are supposed to do?
But she seems to be in a lot of pain. Her head hurts like it's going to crack and she cries and screams. We can't go cheer for Ken at his sports day under the circumstance.
Oh, right. You really are a cold woman. I can't believe you won't even see how your nephew has grown. Instead, I won't go to Annie's sports day to cheer her. Then you'll understand how my daughter would feel.
Well, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't answer the phone. What's up? Something wrong?
I'm in trouble. Annie went crazy and said her head is going to crack.
What?
I'm on my way to the hospital in an ambulance. What's wrong with Annie? I'm scared.
Are you okay? Sophia, you have to be strong. You're Annie's mother. I'll be at the hospital as soon as I can. In the meantime, take care of Annie. Sophia, you've got to pull yourself together.
Okay, I will.
Sophia, did you get the test results? How was Annie?
Robert, why? Why does she have to go through with this?
What's wrong? What happened?
She has a tumor in her head, and they're not going to be able to operate.
Oh no.
They don't know how long she'll have.
I can't believe it. She was so full of life. How could this happen?
I don't know what to do. I can't look at her face.
We don't know for sure that she won't get better, right? Let's do everything we can for Annie.
I agree.
We can get a second opinion nowadays. Then, we might be able to find a way to cure Annie's tumor. She's only 7 years old. She has lots of dreams and hopes. We have to act instead of crying about it.
You're right.
Have you told her about the tumor?
I haven't told her yet. I don't know how to tell her. I don't know if it's really okay to tell her. I want to talk about it with you.
Yes, we will. Anyway, we have to do everything we can for Annie. How's Annie doing?
She seems to be doing better today. She was listening to a storytelling with some other children at the pediatric ward. I think I haven't seen her smile in a while.
I see. That's good to hear.
Seeing that smile, I have a feeling she's going to be fine for good.
That's right. That's what's going to happen. We shouldn't be too nervous. There are plenty of remedies out there now. There's got to be something that can help her, right?
Yes, there's got to be. The medicine alone might cure the tumor, right?
Yeah, we have to be more positive about this, for her sake. She's going through a lot at her age.
Yes, seeing her smile today cheered me up too.
If you're not cheerful, she will get worse. I'll go to the hospital after work. Take care of Annie, will you?
I sure will.
Sophia, you're coming to our house for the holidays, right? Since you're not coming to Ken's sports day, at least come visit us for the holidays.
Well, you might have heard from Robert, but Annie's sick in the hospital.
So I heard. She hasn't been discharged of the hospital yet?
No, her illness is serious, and it's going to be difficult for her to be discharged of the hospital for a while. That's why we won't be able to come visit for the holidays.
Why can't she go out just for a night?
I'm sorry?
Instead of staying in a hospital bed, come to our house. Play in the garden or in the hills behind our house and get some fresh air. I'm sure she would feel better. Will the medicine cure her disease in the first place?
I don't know. I'm happy for your concern, but she has to administer the medicine regularly, so she can't go out. I'm sorry, but we still can't come visit during the holidays.
Why not? The best remedy for illness is to let it heal naturally. I think you're overreacting. It's better to spend time breathing fresh air and eating fresh, delicious food. Don't lock her up in a hospital.
Amelia, didn't Robert tell you about her illness? She has a tumor in her brain. She needs medicine to reduce the size of the tumor.
I've heard about her tumor, but I'm not so sure about what the doctor said. It's something that can be cured naturally. That's how all people used to do it.
But I don't think her tumor can be cured naturally.
Wait, what? You don't believe me?
It's not like that, but her tumor is serious.
Even Ken had a high fever, but after spending some time at our house, his fever naturally went down. That's right. If Annie comes to our house and gets well, she can even go to Ken's sports day. After all, come to our house for the holidays.
Amelia, it's not the same as Ken's fever. She has a tumor in her brain. I'd still like her to stay in the hospital for treatment. We can't come for the holidays, I'm sorry.
What kind of a person are you? I'm trying to be nice to you, but you stubbornly refuse. Do you hate me that much?
No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that it's not a disease that can be cured naturally.
You're really disgusting. Why can't you just listen to me? It's terrible. I wonder how Robert got a wife like you. How's Annie doing?
Not so bad. She ate half of her lunch, so she seems to be fine.
I see. I hope she'll get better.
Yeah. By the way, I just got a text from Amelia. She told me to come visit her on the next holidays, but I told her we can't because Annie has to stay in the hospital. Amelia was very upset.
Yeah, she called me too. She said to come to Ken's sports day to cheer him. I told her I was too occupied taking care of Annie. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. I feel bad about not being able to go to Ken's sports day, but
No. Annie is the most important thing right now.
I know.
Mom's always loved my sister like crazy since she was little, so she's putting a lot of effort into Ken too. Ken is not even her son. I hope she would stop doing this nonsense.
Oh, I think Annie woke up.
Well, please take care of her.
Will do.
Hey, Sophia, what's going on? Sorry, I can't answer the phone.
Robert, Annie's condition has suddenly changed. She was fine earlier, then suddenly, she lost her consciousness.
What caused it?
I don't know. They just said she was having trouble breathing, so they put an oxygen mask on her. Robert, what should I do?
Sophia, calm down. I'm going to explain the situation to my boss right now, and I'll be on my way. Just hang in there until I get there.
If anything happens before you get here,
Sophia, don't be negative. Annie's alive. She's trying to live. We have to believe in her.
I know. She would be sad if I'm like this. I have to be strong. Anyway, just get here as soon as possible.
I'm on my way.
Your daughter's funeral has to be canceled because your nephew has a sports day. Amelia, what are you talking about? Annie has passed away, remember? We can't cancel the funeral. Why can't you do what I say? I told you today is Ken's sports day. I've been trying to tell you for a while now. Why do you have to... Anyway, the funeral is canceled. Just do as I say. Amelia, we lost our beloved daughter, remember? And yet you're telling me to cancel the funeral for Ken's sports day? Are you out of your mind? It's because you don't listen to me. Excuse me? I told you to bring her to my home and let her heal naturally. I told you that you can't rely on medicine, and you stubbornly refused. That's why this all happened. How could you... We're all going to heaven someday. Annie's time just happened to be now, right? You don't have to make a big deal out of it and gather all the relatives together for the funeral, do you? No matter how you think about it, Ken's sports day is more important. I understand that people have their own destinies, but Annie was only 7 years old. She was supposed to have lots of happiness, sadness, joyfulness, and painful things. When I think of that, I can't stop feeling sad. There's nothing you can do about it, Sophia. Maybe that's what Annie wanted. I don't think so. She was trying to live her life to the fullest. You need to think more positive. As a mother, you have to accept the reality. I can't do that. You don't have to come to Ken's sports day, but all the relatives will go to the funeral, right? Then Ken won't have as much support. I feel so sorry for Ken. I think my daughter will be disappointed too. I can't cancel the funeral even if you say so. No, it's too much trouble for everyone. You have to think about the people around you, so cancel the funeral, okay? Hey, Sophia, you didn't cancel the funeral? No one showed up for Ken's sports day. I was the only one there. I was looking forward to the sports day so much. Sophia, answer me. Hey, Sophia, what have you done? What is it? Since last night, my relatives had been sending me many accusation texts. What on earth have you done? I didn't do anything. Don't lie to me. I shouldn't be getting this many messages accusing me of doing something I didn't do. You definitely did something. I just told everyone that since you have to go cheer for Ken's sports day, you wouldn't be able to attend the funeral. Everyone was surprised at how heartless you were and how unbelievable you were as a person.
What? This all happened because of what you said?
Well, if a grandmother is not at her granddaughter's funeral, they will ask why, right?
You could have just made up a story on your own, couldn't you?
For example,
like, she is shocked and she's been in bed. Or, she's been in bed and can't get up. You can say whatever you want. You're really a very inconsiderate wife. Why do I have to take the blame?
Are you out of your mind, Amelia? Robert and I lost Annie, remember?
I know. That's what Annie wanted. So Ken's sports day should be a priority.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Why does Ken have to suffer?
Amelia?
What?
Actually, your husband and Robert are watching this text.
What? Why?
They've been helping packing Annie's belongings and take care of other things while she was in the hospital.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Your husband has been helping us with everything since the funeral.
Huh? My husband did that?
Is it strange? And yet, Amelia, it's beyond insane to ask me to cancel the funeral for Annie, isn't it? Everyone is grieving for Annie. And you are even Annie's grandmother. You're unbelievable.
What? It's all your fault that I'm in this situation. You didn't listen to me at all. You went ahead with the funeral. What are you going to do?
The only one who didn't come to the funeral was you. Was Ken there at the sports day?
Actually, I couldn't find him. So is my daughter.
I'm sure you didn't. She attended Annie's funeral with your husband.
What? And Ken? What about the sports day?
He'll have another one next year. He came to the funeral because it was the last time he could see Annie.
You ruined Ken's sports day. Oh, God. What are you going to do about it? Mom, it's me. Robert? Dad and I have been watching the text the whole time. Sophia told you, right? What? Sophia doesn't listen to me at all. Please talk to her about it, Robert. She's supposed to listen to me because she married to you, right? What are you talking about? Sophia and I are in the depths of grief over the loss of our beloved daughter. And you're talking about sports day? Cancel the funeral? Sophia not listening to you? That's insane. Robert, what a thing to say to your mother. I'm disappointed that someone like you was my mother. I mean, I don't even want to think of you as my mother. You have no idea what it means to be a parent. We were raised with that kind of mindset, weren't we? That's not true. How dare you despise the life of our beloved Annie? I don't despise her. I recommended Sophia to let her heal naturally in our home. What natural healing? Don't be ridiculous. When Annie was desperately battling her illness, you didn't even visit her. And to top it all off, you told us to cancel the funeral. I will never forgive you. I'm going to break off the relationship with you once and for all. Why? Why would you do that? It's all Sophia's fault, isn't it?
Amelia?
You ruined our relationship. How could you?
Your husband says he's divorcing you.
What?
He always thought you were insane, but he didn't think you'd go that far. He said he was disgusted by Annie's funeral. He doesn't want to live with someone who doesn't care about one's life.
Wait a minute. That's a lie. Why should I be divorced? I don't understand.
Isn't that what's wrong with you?
Huh?
You try to get things done the way you want without considering other people's feelings.
How dare you talk to me like that? I won't forgive you.
You don't have to forgive me. Have you ever given even the slightest thought to our feelings for the loss of Annie? It was so hard that we couldn't do anything. You're a mother too, and you don't even know what it's like. You're disgusting.
You're too cocky.
That's why your husband wants to divorce you. I would divorce you too. Ken and his family were also disgusted by your behavior. I have no doubt that they will look at you differently now. You have done such a terrible thing.
Wait a minute. It's kind of like I'm going to be alone.
Perhaps you will be, won't you?
First of all, if my husband divorced me, I wouldn't be able to live by myself.
Definitely.
It's your fault to begin with, so do something about it.
Excuse me? Don't be silly. Robert and I are going to break off the relationship with you too, so it doesn't matter.
Don't say that. You are the only one who can convince my family, right? Convince them now not to abandon me.
Are you listening? I'm no longer related to you. I will never do anything for you.
So, you are abandoning me?
You may think so, just as you abandoned Annie. Then I don't think we will see each other again. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait a minute. Put Robert or my husband on the phone for me.
They both don't even want to text you. Well then, good luck with your life on your own.
Wait, Sophia. You have to help me.
After that, my parents-in-law officially divorced. Amelia was kicked out of the house by her husband, who was very angry with her and left the house alone. She then asked for help from my sister-in-law and her husband. They said, "I don't want to think of someone like you as my mother. Go home now." She was coldly rejected by my sister-in-law. She tried to get help from her relatives, but they knew about my daughter's funeral. There was no one to help Amelia. She wandered around the countryside for a while. We don't know where she went after that. My sister-in-law and her husband apologized profusely for Amelia. However, they did not know anything about it because Amelia had said it on her own. It is not my sister-in-law and her husband's fault, nor my nephew's fault. Now, with the help of my father-in-law and sister-in-law, we are gradually regaining our life. I will never get over the sadness of losing my daughter, but I want to keep moving forward for her sake. Margaret, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Of course I'm working.
Aren't you off work today?
I don't have time to rest, you know. With my husband's medical bills stacking up, I have to keep working. What nonsense are you talking about? We're about to have our daughter's wedding soon, and we need money.
But your husband wants to see you. He said he got something to tell you.
I'm working, so what do you expect me to do? That's why I ask you to take care of him.
I'm not a caretaker.
Just make sure you do your job.
But I'm not capable of filling in for you. Even though your husband feels bad about it, he constantly calls for your name. He misses you a lot. Could you at least visit him at the hospital even for a minute?
I can't. I have some important work to do. I can't be slacking. I can't be causing trouble for my coworkers. Make sure to tell my husband that. He knows damn well I'm busy with work.
He knows, but he still wants to see you. He's been talking a lot about you these past few days.
How weak can a man be?
Margaret, please.
I can't do nothing about it. I have a meeting tonight, so tell him I'm going to be late too.
Margaret, did you go to the hospital today? Jack wants to see you so bad.
Again? He's very persistent. He wasn't like that before he got sick.
His condition is not good and he's seriously sick. So it's understandable for him to be vulnerable. He's doing his best to stay positive too, but...
I don't think I can make it today. I have a meeting with my clients. I have a lot of things to do.
I understand, but He said he has something important to tell you. That's why he wants to see you in person. I can't stand to see him like this.
What? Are you trying to act innocent? Playing the sympathy card, huh?
Margaret, there's no need to say all that. I'm just telling you what he told me. Can't you come see him for a minute? Just a moment to talk with him?
How many times do I have to tell you? I have an important work to do. I have a big responsibility. Why is it so hard to understand?
I don't understand. He's only asking you for one thing. He's bedridden, and you won't even try to listen. If I were in your shoes, I can't do such thing to my husband.
Okay, big mouth. Are you trying to declare war with me, your mother-in-law? Fine, I accept it. Don't expect me to go to the hospital.
Margaret? Michael, do you have a minute?
Yeah, what's up? Is everything okay with Dad?
Everything is okay with him, but your dad really misses your mom. I've been asking your mom to go see him, but she never comes to the hospital at all.
Oh, yeah. That's nothing new. My dad and my sister are always upset about it. She always pushes her own agenda onto the family, disregarding everyone else's needs. I can't even tell you how many times we have clashed because of that.
I can imagine. I feel sorry for Jack. He always asks about Margaret. Can you please talk her into it?
Huh? Impossible. No one would have a hard time if she listens. I feel sorry for Dad, but we have no choice but to leave my mom alone. I'm sorry to put you through all of this.
I don't mind at all. I love your dad. That's why I want to grant his wish.
Thank you. I'm sure Dad is grateful for you. My sister's wedding is coming up too, so I'll try to get in touch with Mom.
Yes, please do.
Sheila, I'm going on a business trip tomorrow. Take care of my husband, okay?
Business trip? Your husband is not in good condition, and you're going on a business trip?
I'll come back for my daughter's wedding, though.
It's not about that. Your husband isn't doing well. I don't know if he can make it until Miley's wedding.
That's very rude of you. Are you going to let him go till then?
No, but...
You've got to be kidding me. Besides, I have an important project to do. This business trip is about this important project. So can you stop bugging me?
Margaret, can you at least take over for me this time? Your husband isn't in good shape, you know. I'm sure your husband wants you by his side.
I'm telling you to do it for me, right? Isn't it because you're useless that's why my husband wants me there?
Maybe you're right. So it's better that you come and take care of him instead of going on a business trip.
You say it so easily. Then what about my husband's medical bills?
Me and Michael are taking care of the bills, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh my God. Can you please shut up? My trip is already booked. There's no way I can cancel that. Who do you think you are? You're just my daughter-in-law. My son and daughter aren't even saying anything to me.
It's because they think it's useless to say anything to you.
They're on my side. You listen to me. You're just doing all of this because you are after my husband's money, huh? You're so obvious. Unbelievable.
What? I love Jack as my father. He is my family. It's normal that I take care of him. That's why I'm doing everything I can.
You're so obvious. No matter how much you try to get involved, you'll never get anything. Don't even think about it.
Excuse me? I never cared for that. I just want to help him with what he needs.
Enough, please. I'm busy preparing for my business trip. You always start fussing over little things. So please don't contact me until I return from my business trip.
Please cancel your business trip. With your father not doing well at a time like this, your mother's going on a business trip and saying she won't be back till your sister's wedding. It's ridiculous. Do something about it, Michael.
We can't do nothing about Mom. Even if you say something, she won't listen. And who knows if it's really a business trip. I feel bad for Dad, but there's nothing else we can do but let her do as she pleases.
I don't know about that. Your father misses her so much. He mentioned he had something to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I'll talk to her.
Okay. I hope your father can make it to the wedding at least.
Right. Hey, Sheila. Did you cancel my daughter's wedding? What made you think you can do that? Are you trying to harass me? If you don't come now, I'll cut you off.
Margaret, what are you talking about? I've called you multiple times.
I told you I was on a business trip. It was an important business trip. What made you think I can take your phone call?
You don't know anything?
What? What are you talking about? It's my daughter's wedding today.
Your daughter is at the funeral home too.
What? What do you mean? Funeral home?
You really don't know anything. Jack passed away.
What?
The funeral is about to start.
Is that true?
Why would I lie about that?
I was working. I was on a business trip. It doesn't matter if I didn't know. I'm going to the funeral home now.
No, I don't think you should come anymore.
Why not? I'm his wife. It would be more strange if I wasn't at the funeral home, wouldn't it?
Michael, Miley, and your relatives are furious.
What?
You knew your husband was in a bad condition. You didn't even bother to come see him. And on top of that, you went on a business trip.
I told you I was working. I was thinking about him.
If you were thinking about him, why didn't you come visit him? Not even once. He really wanted to see you, you know.
Well, I wouldn't be able to pay for his medical bills if I didn't work.
I already told you that me and Michael are taking care of that.
That's not how it works. It's my husband, so it's normal for me to pay for it.
Huh? Is that so?
Huh?
So you can pay for it? Thank you. We were struggling too. What a relief.
No, you can keep it that way.
No, it would be great if you could pay us. After the funeral is over and things are settled, I'll give you the bill.
Oh, anyway, I'll be there.
Margaret, I just talked to Michael. He said you're not allowed to come.
Huh? How dare you say such a thing? It's my husband's funeral. Why am I not allowed to go?
That's...
Oh, I get it. You're doing all of this so you can inherit something, huh? You're really shameless, aren't you? My husband loved me. He probably left all his inheritance to his beloved wife, right?
I've never even thought about that, but I've worked so hard taking care of Jack. I just wanted you to come see him before he passed away. I'm doing the best I can as the eldest son's wife for the funeral. I loved my father-in-law so much that I don't care about his legacy.
You don't care, huh? Be honest. You're after the money, right?
That's not true.
I told you your intentions are as clear as day. Hey, Mom, it's Michael. Michael? I've been looking at your messages with Sheila. Huh? Why would she do that? That's an invasion of privacy. That's enough. Don't bother coming to the funeral if you can't understand Sheila's feelings. Everyone feels that way. What are you talking about? How dare you talk to your mother like that? You're just here to aim for Dad's inheritance, aren't you? How dare you? I won't allow you to talk to your mother like that. What's wrong with me going to the funeral? How dare you? Sheila begged you many times, but you never went to visit him. You didn't even bother to see Dad's face. And a business trip? You can't be serious. I'm serious about my job. After what happened to your father, I'm the one who has to earn money. No one wants you here. Actually, they're calling you the unreasonable, insane wife. Just so you know, Dad's inheritance won't go to you. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm his wife. I'm entitled to it. Oh, I get it. Sheila is going to take it away from me, huh? I'm never gonna forgive her. Sheila did so much for you. She tried so hard to get you to see him. She handled the medical bills without saying a word. She dealt with him far better than us, his family, ever could. She is fully entitled to his inheritance. She's been after the inheritance from the start, right? The way she was going to the hospital and stuff? Mom, how much of a piece of shit are you? If you insist that much, I'll tell you the truth. The truth? Dad rewrote his will right before he died. I guess he knew his end was coming. He was hoping you'd be here by the time he died. He changed the heir from you to Sheila with his own hands. What? What have you done? That thief, she kept on taking care of your father for this. Unforgivable. You're a real scumbag. Huh? He knew everything. He knew you didn't love him, and that you were meeting your lover, making it seem like you're working. What? You stayed married to my father for his inheritance, right? Everyone in the family was aware of that. I never had an affair. I was working to pay for that man's medical bills. I have all the proof I need. What? I hired a private investigator to look into it. A private investigator? They showed Dad the pictures of your affair and didn't say a word. I think he wanted to believe you, even though he knew. But when he found out, he rewrote the will with his own hands. Oh no, but that doesn't mean Sheila should get the inheritance. Sheila was willing to take care of Dad until the very end, while everyone is fed up with you. Sheila was the only one who wanted to believe in you. She wanted to believe in your love for each other. She also believed that you would come to the hospital. That's a lie. She just wanted his inheritance. Sheila was the one who protected you to the end, without a doubt. No. If she was really after the inheritance, she wouldn't have covered for you, would she? She wouldn't have trusted you, right? Anyway, I'm going to the funeral right now. Give up. You'll be turned away by everyone anyways. I don't want to see you either. Listen, Michael.
Margaret, that's what it's about.
How dare you take my inheritance? I'll never forgive you.
Margaret, please don't do this. I don't want to talk about the inheritance now. I feel so helpless right now. I only regret that I couldn't do anything for Jack. I wanted him to see you.
Are you still talking about that? I will never forgive you.
Margaret, that's enough. Please face reality.
Huh?
I trusted you. I'm sorry my feelings didn't reach you. Maybe I wasn't strong enough.
What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Margaret, from now on, compensation for infidelity, along with a promised payment for Jack's medical treatment and medical bills, will be requested.
What are you talking about? Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who stole my husband's inheritance. I don't have to pay, you thief.
No matter how much you resist, there's evidence. That fact will never change. This business trip was also with your lover, wasn't it? At a time when your husband's life hung in the balance, you were off on a carefree trip, weren't you?
Huh? Don't say random things. I was working desperately to earn money for my husband's treatment.
I just couldn't give up, so I called your company.
Huh?
I was hoping somebody could substitute your business trip.
You're lying.
But they said there was no business trip scheduled. They said you were taking a leave to take care of your husband. You used him as your excuse.
What? I don't think so.
Why would your company lie about that?
How can you do such thing? How far are you going to go to ruin my life?
If you could have visited him for once, things would have come out different. Jack loved you. That's why it was so hard for me.
What?
He was so worried about you until the very end. That's why he wanted to see you, even just for a minute.
Then I should still receive the inheritance.
What?
It doesn't have to be the whole amount. That way I can pay the alimony and medical bills right away. Yes, that's what you should do.
Margaret, you really are something.
How dare you talk to me like that? You're nothing.
You never cared about Jack's feelings. You're so selfish. After all, it was all for the inheritance. It hurts me to think about how Jack would feel.
Don't be all high and mighty.
That's it. I'm done being nice. You'll never get anything from us.
Why?
Also, your children, they are both saying they're cutting ties with you.
Cut ties? Wait a minute. Why?
Think about what you have done. You're always talking about yourself. You've been imposing your selfishness on the family all this time. It seems like everyone is fed up with you. And after witnessing Jack's final moments, they'll never forgive you for what you did. I understand how they feel.
Excuse me?
I'm sure everyone in the family feels the same way about you. You will probably live on your own from now on.
Oh no. Then I apologize for everything I've done. Is that all right with you?
Then you've been a real disappointment, you know. You still don't get it? No matter how much you apologize, I doubt anyone's going to forgive you at this point.
What's going to happen to me now?
You will be all alone. Please do your best to live while paying your bills on your own. There's nothing more I can do for you.
Don't say that. What about Miley's wedding?
Of course you're not invited. She's cutting ties with you.
Huh? Please talk to Miley and convince her. I was looking forward to her wedding, remember?
Miley is saying she doesn't want to see you anymore. After you abandoned her father, she can't think of you as her mom anymore.
Oh no, I'll do my best to apologize, so you'll have to convince her.
I can't do it anymore. You've done enough for them to hate you. There's really nothing I can do. If you'll excuse me now.
Sheila, please, do something about it.
After what happened, everyone in the family cut ties with Margaret, and now she's on her own. It's just the consequence of her actions, so there's nothing to be done about it. Now, in order to pay the alimony and the medical bills, she's living in a cheap apartment. And since the company heard that she lied about everything, she has been facing awkward situations since. Everyone doesn't want to do anything with her. That sounds about right. After everything that happened, Miley's wedding was postponed. Since her parents can't attend the wedding, Michael and I plan to give our fullest blessings. I hope everyone can find happiness moving forward.
Jenny, Michael is over at my house right now. Good evening, Linda. Is that so? I haven't heard anything about that. He's talking about you made a nasty pasta yesterday. What is he talking about? What? He said it was delicious. I think he's just trying to be nice. Are you sure you can cook? Michael said it was too nasty. He doesn't want to eat there, so he came over. I can't believe you make him eat nasty foods. I see. I could eat it just fine though. Maybe it might not have suited Michael's taste. What are you talking about? What he eats is very important, you know? Right. You're just not good at cooking. I've heard him complain about the same thing. This is the first time I've heard about this. I had no idea he felt that way. You're a housewife. You should cook to satisfy your husband. Yeah, I know. Maybe you should take a class or use an app to help you with recipes. Why don't you learn to cook on your own? Okay. Anyways, Michael said he's going to eat here. He'd rather eat the food I made. I understand. Thank you. Hey, Jenny. Michael is here again. What? Again? Well, he said you use a different laundry detergent. Huh? That's the reason he's there? That's just ridiculous. What's ridiculous about it? You know he has sensitive skin, right? I didn't know it was that bad. He said he smelled something funny when he changed his clothes and it made him nauseous. He came to tell me that he wants me to do his laundry. I would have changed the detergent if he told me. Why does he always run to you? Michael's a nice boy, so he probably couldn't tell you. He's not a child. I wouldn't force Michael to use things he doesn't like. Why did you suddenly change the laundry detergent? What? Is there a need to tell you every time? I like the smell of it, so I used it. You really are a very inconsiderate wife, aren't you? That kind of sloppiness is what sticks out at Michael. Poor Michael. Huh? Michael has always been a very sensitive boy. So whenever I changed something, I'd always check with him. Check with him? Yes, like I changed the ketchup. I changed the toilet paper to single rolls. I changed the body soap. Oh, really? Even down to such small details? Yes, I told you he is sensitive. I'm not as careless as you. Michael doesn't have to feel surprised and uncomfortable. Maybe it was you who made him develop that habit. And I'm not careless either. You have to treat him with care. I don't feel comfortable leaving him in the hands of a stranger. Don't call me a stranger. Anyway, I'll talk to Michael once he comes home. Oh, Michael says he won't go home today. What? You mean he's staying over? Yes. Wouldn't it be exhausting to be around someone as careless as you? I told you I'm not careless. I'm working full time and still doing house chores. I don't have enough time. Don't blame it on work. You yourself is the problem. If you think it's because of your job, why don't you quit? What? I can't do that. That's what it is. I hope you think about all of this for Michael's sake. Good evening, Glenda. Can I ask, is Michael there with you? Yes, he's here. He just had dinner and now he's relaxing. I see. Then I didn't have to rush home. I texted him. You did? I told him I had to work overtime and I'll be home late. I finished up as fast as I could, went grocery shopping, and when I came home, he wasn't home. It would have been nice if he had informed me in advance that he was going there. I still had some work to do. What? Are you saying it's not okay for him to be here? No, it's not that. I just came home after a long day. I just wish he had given me a heads up. What's wrong with that? It's your fault for working so late, right? That's true, but as long as I'm working, there's nothing I can do about it. I have responsibilities too. You don't really care about your husband, huh? No, it's not that. Michael works for an elite company. I don't get why do you have to work so hard? I wish you take care of Michael more. He works so hard. Huh? If you take good care of him, he wouldn't have the need to come to my house. Yes, I'm sorry. Jenny, I have to tell you something. What is it? I'm thinking of having a Christmas party at our house. Really? I feel like it's the first time since we got married. Yes, it is. We've been calling it off lately because of all the sickness going around. I see. I'm thinking of inviting my sister and her family. That would be nice. I haven't seen them in a while. I'd love to see them. So, I've been thinking of making a nice meal. Could you help me? Of course. Then can I ask you to do shopping when you come to my house? Yeah, sure. I want to get those cakes that's been going viral on social media. What? It's like $30 a piece. There will be a lot of people, so we need to buy Christmas decorations too. Come on. I want to go all out for Christmas, you know? I want my sister to try those cakes too. Well, yes, but if it's within your budget, I'll buy it for you. Please do. I really want to try it. Okay. It'll get crowded, so we'll have to get there early. Then I'll make a reservation for you. Please do. And since it's Christmas, we'll need roast chicken, right? Can you get some too? I also want to have some pasta and some salad. So can you order some of that too? That's a lot of food, isn't it? You have a car, so it should be fine. I don't think I can go to the store by myself. No problem. I'll have Michael help me. What? Michael is going to stay here the day before. Really? He said he'll come the night before so he could have some good sleep. Your son is so careless. Huh? No, never mind. But I think it's too much to do by myself. That's the least you could do. What? You always put work first. You should at least try your best for your family on Christmas, right? I don't care how much of a stranger you are. At least act like a family member. Please don't call me a stranger. I'm part of the family too. Don't get too sassy. I understand. I'll do my best to go around by myself. It will be around noon, but please wait for me. Okay, I'll wait for you. Thank you. Jenny! What are you doing? Why are you not here yet? My sisters got here before you. How long are you going to make us wait? I'm sorry. It's crowded everywhere. It's taking a while. I left first thing in the morning, though. You're totally useless. How can you say I'm useless when I'm the one who has to do all the shopping? It was a lot of work to do all this by myself. That's normal as a wife. You always act like it's someone else's problem. That's not true. I'm sure I'll get there soon. Please enjoy chatting with everyone for a while. Do you think you're the one who's in charge? You must have misunderstood something. Excuse me? It's not like you're the one in charge or anything. Why should we bend over backward for someone like you who's always just on the sidelines? Oh, excuse me. I got carried away with the Christmas spirit. I spoke a bit too assertively. I apologize. Instead of wasting time with misunderstandings, just hurry up and bring the food. You're not being helpful in times of need. It's frustrating. Glenda, you don't have to say all that. It's Christmas. Every popular restaurants are busy. I have to wait for a while. It's crowded everywhere. Geez, you're so naggy. Stop complaining and just bring us the food. I'm sorry. I'll hurry. Jenny, text me back. Why did you leave right before we were going to eat the cake? We were all looking forward to having a great Christmas party and you've just ruined it. Seriously? Do you know what you just did? What are you talking about? Stop acting like you don't know anything. What was that about? What? Are you mad about the cake? I can't give you the fancy one. If you're hungry, go eat some dog food. You know what? I bought that fancy cake, remember? I went out of my way to make the reservation and even went out there early to be in line. I was all excited, thinking everyone would be happy, but dog food? Seriously? What were you thinking? Oh, really? Be grateful you even got food. Besides, I bought everything with my own money. You have no idea how much it cost me. I haven't even got paid for it. It's unacceptable. I mean, you've been working late every day, right? You probably get paid enough, so this is nothing. Huh? It's Christmas, so stop complaining so much. Who do you think you are to even have some fancy cake? A useless wife like you, leeching off others, deserves nothing but dog food. What? You're nothing but a stranger, not even related by blood. You're no better than a dog. Are you being serious? Why would you think I'm joking? Well, if you're going to say that, then fine. I'd divorce Michael without hesitation. What? Why is divorce suddenly on the table? Don't you think you're overreacting? No, I've been thinking about it for a while. What? What's going to happen to Michael? He's mostly staying with you, right? What's the point of being married if he's never home? When I messaged him about the cake incident earlier, you know what he said? Isn't that obvious? Don't think a useless stranger like you can eat expensive cake? That's my boy. I guess he thinks of you the same way I do. I told him there's no point in being married like this anymore and suggested divorce. He told me to do whatever I want, so that means he wants a divorce too, right? I see. I guess you don't have a choice. Seems like you lack the awareness of being a proper wife, huh? Well, that's what I was hoping for, though. I see. So that's how it is. Your family is quite something. You all are terrible. I've had enough. I'm glad I could finally divorce him. Oh, aren't you straightforward? Well, say what you want. After all, you're just a stranger who'll never be a part of our family, right? I'll pack my bags and leave. Sure, go ahead and do that. Don't worry about Michael. He'll be fine as long as he got me. Good. I'll send you the divorce papers. Tell Michael to sign it so we can finalize it. I'll take care of it. I'll make sure they're filed. Jenny, pick up the phone. Can you at least text me back? What is it? I'm working. Jenny, where do you live now? Why do I have to tell you? You're a stranger. You don't have to be so harsh. I have better things to do. What do you want? Wait a moment. Actually, Michael has been behind on his rent. It's for last month's rent. When I checked, it seems he won't be able to pay this month's either. I figured. I've been the one who's been paying it. Why? I thought he was the one paying for it. You're his mother and you don't know anything about it? Michael is out of work. He's been unemployed for a year already. What? Unemployed? So I've been covering not only the rent but also all the living expenses. I thought it was outrageous to kick me out. But I was fed up too, so I decided to go through with the divorce. What do you mean he's not working? He was working for an elite company, but he complained too much about how he doesn't get paid enough. He doesn't like his boss and his co-workers are useless. After all the complaining, he decided to quit without even discussing it with me. Basically, he couldn't keep up with the demands of that tough job market. Oh no, he's a hard worker. Didn't you find it strange that he was always at your house? What? Michael was hanging out there during the day every day. Normally, he would still be at work till the evening. You didn't find it strange that he would go over to your house during the day? Well, that's true. That's right, so I had to work late every day. He did some part-time jobs and went to an employment service centers, but nothing lasted. And what do you think happened next? I don't know. He said, I'm working anyway, so there's no need for him to work. I really thought he was a jerk. He's the husband and he doesn't do anything, but you would say terrible things to me. That's when I started thinking about divorcing him. Michael told me you have your own business. Is it true? Yes, it was a hobby, but then I started making money off of it, so I decided to make it a business. I didn't know that. That's why I've been working so late. I've been working so hard, and your son is always at home being lazy. Spent the whole year being a bum, just eating snacks and watch movies all day. I see. Despite that, he would go to your place and complain about me. You two are really assholes. Assholes? What a terrible thing to say. He's unemployed. There's no way he can pay the rent. Well, then pay for it. You have your own business. I'm sure you have money. Why would I do that? We are strangers, remember? I'm no better than a dog, right? That's a figure of speech. Please forget it. How can I forget? After all the horrible things you said, there's no reason for me to pay the rent anymore. You two were married, so why don't you help him out? We barely spend time together and he's always with you. Is that how a married couple should be? I'm just a stranger to him. Don't say that. Why don't you just get back together? Have you lost your mind? You can still get back together. Then you can pay for the rent. I bet Michael can't live without you. How convenient. I'm never going to get back with that bum, and I won't pay for his rent either. Why would I even do that? We're divorced. He's a stranger. I'll tell you again, you two are strangers to me. Please don't depend on me. Please, Jenny. If you're so worried, why don't you tell him to live with you? He doesn't have to stay in that apartment. You have space for him. I can't. I'm living on a pension. I can't afford to take care of him. I can't pay for the rent too. So if you get back together and pay the rent, we won't have any problems. It's fine, right? Fine? What the hell do you think I am? I told you, I'm a stranger. If you want to ask for someone's help, ask your relatives. I can't. That's too embarrassing. I think it's more embarrassing to ask a stranger like me. You're his ex-wife. I could care less. Why don't you ask your son to get a job instead? He's been unemployed and playing around for a year now. Unless you change your son, you'll have a hard time for the rest of your life. This is no longer my concern. Goodbye. Jenny, wait. Are you really not going to help us? Are you just going to give up on us like this? Absolutely. I'll be the stranger you wanted me to be. Don't ever try to reach out again. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? After that, my ex-mother-in-law had no choice but to start working part-time. However, she was disliked by everyone around her. She had a hard time keeping one job for a long time. Michael, on the other hand, being unemployed for a year made it hard for him to find a job. I heard they're always fighting each other. About me, I bought myself a small space and been trying to work hard every day. I want to work hard to create designs that satisfy my clients even more than now.
Dennis, can I talk to you? What the hell? Don't text me a line as soon as I get to work. You're ruining my working spirit. I'm sorry. You left your jacket on the couch again. It'll get wrinkled soon, so you'll have to put it on a hanger. You texted me early in the morning just to tell me about that kind of thing? What an annoying woman. Isn't it your job as a wife to put my jacket on the hanger after I took it off? Why don't you just shut up and do that? Of course, I'll put it on the hanger when I notice it, but I wanted you to be careful. Don't text me every time you want me to take care of something silly like that. I'm sorry, but I wanted to tell you when I noticed. I forget everything when I get caught up in work. All you have to do is be quiet and do your job. Leave me alone. Huh? All I want is for you to do your job. You know that, right? Well, but I do want you to help me make our life together better. I mean, we are living together anyway. Are you talking back to me? I'm not talking back to you, but... Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. Hey, Dennis. What do you want? You left your house key stuck in the lock. I see. I went straight from my friend's house to work this morning. I totally forgot about the house key. I'll deliver it to your department now. You don't have to do that. Why not? You can't go home without the house key. I might be home later than you. I want you to have the key. No, It's okay. I think I'll just go to my friend's house. Why are you so reluctant to take the house key with you? Because I don't want to see your face in the morning. What? I'm about to go to work, and if I see your face, I'll lose efficiency at work. That's terrible. What do you mean? Don't you understand? It means I don't want to see you, so don't come here. I can't believe you said that. It would be embarrassing if everyone saw me meeting you in the office. Why? We are married. Because I'm married to a woman who is not pretty at all. I know that it's my own fault, but I don't want my colleagues seeing me together with a scumbag like you. You don't have to put it that way. I'm just being honest, so I can't help it. Have you ever been called pretty even once in your life? I don't think so. See? Well, even if I told you, you wouldn't have any control over it either. Anyway, I don't need the key. I'm going to a friend's house today. Again? It's not good for your friend if you barge in so much. Besides, I'm worried about your nutritional balance. I don't even know what kind of food you eat there. I don't need you to worry about that. My friend is welcoming me. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Marianne, do you want to have lunch with us? Yeah, I'll be there. How's Dennis these days? Is he still doing whatever he wants? Well, you're not single anymore. You have a family and you have to protect it. That's what happens when you don't say anything. That's right. I'm well aware that it's my fault. I know you want to do everything for him, but you have a job to do. You are too good-natured. Is that so? That's right. That's why I'm worried. If you keep letting Dennis do what he wants, you're going to be in a big trouble. You have to do something before that happens. I understand. I'm glad you're here, Madison. Thank you for everything. Don't mention it. I think you should talk to Dennis properly once. Yeah, I'll do that. Well then, I'm going to the cafeteria now. Dennis, you're not home yet? Huh? What I do is my business, right? If you're going to stay at your friend's place, at least call me. I'm preparing dinner. Shut up. Have I ever asked you to make dinner? What? Don't patronize me. Did you forget our wedding vow? I didn't mean it that way. That I'm allowed to become an office worker and not to complain when I go out or stay over. It was our wedding vow, right? I know that. I'm the only one who would take a scumbag like you as a wife. You should be thankful I got married to you. You don't have to talk to me like that. I'm not just asking you to call me. And what about your clothes and stuff? I don't need you to worry about that. I'm not a child. I know, but... Anyway, I'm going to stay at a friend's place today. You don't have a problem with that, do you? Don't contact me again. Oh, Dennis. Hey, Marianne. Dennis didn't go home, did he? I saw him wearing the same suit today, so that's what I thought. Yeah, he said he was staying with a friend. I can't even talk to him because he never comes home. I'm so sorry about that, but I'm so worried about you, Marianne. Madison, I'm sorry for always making you worry about me. Hey, you've got to pull yourself together. If you don't do that, he'll take advantage of you. I have no doubt that Dennis is having an affair. Yes, I think you're right. I suspect so too. You know, Dennis got married to an unattractive woman like me. I'm not even pretty, and he took me as his wife. So I think I have to believe him. Marianne, you're being too nice to that jerk. I'm well aware that your mild-mannered and intelligent nature is the secret to your success in starting your own business. But you have to be stricter with your husband. There are certain things that are right and wrong. You should tell him that clearly. I know. I think you need to have an emotional outburst once in a while. Okay then. Thanks for your advice. Marianne, you got a minute? Yes, how may I help you? It's about pregnancy. What? I'm not pregnant. Are you an idiot? I'm not talking about you. Huh? What do you mean? Do I have to explain it to you every time she is pregnant? Who are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I'll raise the baby as my own. Are you kidding me? You mean you cheated on me and had a baby with other women? You're going to raise that child in our house? That's right. It's not like you didn't know I had a girlfriend, right? I had my suspicions, but... Because most of the time I go to work from her house. I believe you've noticed that. So, I'll raise the kids at our home. Wait a minute. That's not the right thing to do. Why would I raise a child I don't even know? I can't do that. We have enough money to raise a child, don't we? After all, you are the CEO of a company. That's why I'm raising the child at our house, since it's the best solution. Do you have a problem with that? That's insane. Why should I raise a child you had with another woman? I don't think it would make that child happy. How dare you say that? Did you forget the promise we made when we got married? To make me an employee of the company and not to complain about me going out or staying out. Remember? That has nothing to do with this. If I can go out and stay out freely, it means that I can do whatever I want. I don't understand your logic. That's just not right. It's beyond common sense. I don't agree with that. Shut up! I married a scum like you, so listen to me. You are a piece of crap. I married you only because you are the company's CEO. I married you because you have the money. You don't have anything else to be proud of and make me fall in love with you. Is that why you married me? That's terrible. Otherwise, who would marry you? If you don't want me to divorce you, listen to me honestly. We are going to raise kids since we have the money. What? That's nonsense. You're the CEO of a company. If people know that your husband cheated on you and we got divorced, it's humiliating, right? Besides, I'm one of the employees. You should listen to me. This is the best solution for a smart woman, so you're going to raise the baby. No way. You'll never give birth to my child. I'm giving you happiness as a woman by letting you raise someone else's child. You're going to be as happy as other women. You should be thanking me for that. That's a really terrible thing to say. I wonder how you can be so confident. Well, you know, with my good looks, women come to me all the time. It's a luxury for you to get married to a man like me. I know that you are an attractive man, but now what? I just think that this isn't the topic to talk about over the phone. Anyway, I'll be counting on you to raise the child from now on. Marianne, where are you? I have an outside meeting today, so I'm out. Hey, what's wrong? I heard about what happened. Is it true that you're going to raise the baby your husband had with other women? What? How did you know that? I overheard him when he was secretly talking to a co-worker just now. Can you explain to me? That guy seemed super proud and boastful. He said that since you are the CEO, you have to accept his wish to defend your position, so you can't divorce him. Also, that you'll have to fund Dennis for a long time. What the hell is going on? It seems that you're in a lot of trouble. Geez, I didn't know he was telling his co-workers about that. Marianne, what are you going to do with such a carefree guy? You need to do something to solve this matter. Don't worry about me, Madison. I'm not a silly girl anyway. What? I'm thinking ahead. I can't just let things go as he wishes. I know. I'm sure you'll be fine. If you need any help, you can always talk to me. Yeah, thanks for everything. I'm sincerely grateful to you. Hey, Marianne, the baby's crying. It's so loud, I can't sleep. Hurry up and make him stop crying. Marianne, you are in charge of him. Don't make me lose sleep. If you don't get up soon, you'll be late getting ready in the morning. It's going to be a busy day. Shut up. I'm going to stay in my bed a little longer. Oh, you're just going to stay up that late? Looks like he finally stopped crying. Don't let him cry until I wake up. I'm already at work, so I won't be home. Huh? Then who's taking care of the baby? Huh? You didn't even know that, and you were still asleep? Why don't you go see for yourself? How dare you talk to me like that? You're out of your mind if you think you can order me around like a scumbag. Well, check your room and get ready for the upcoming event. Hey, what the hell is going on? Why are my parents in the living room? Explain in detail so I can understand. Explain what? My parents are holding the baby and they're fussing over. Why? Because it's their grandchildren, right? Isn't it natural for them to hold their grandchildren? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why are my parents here in this house? I called them. Huh? Why did you do that? I knew you left home to get away from your parents. Your parents must have been so worried. They didn't know where you were and what you were doing. They were surprised when I told them you got married to me. Why did you do such an unnecessary thing? You don't have to tell my parents about that. Why not? They need to know. Why? Because you're doing whatever you want. I thought your parents were the only ones who could stop your selfishness. That's why I contacted them. Selfishness? Yes, indeed. You married me just to get money from me. You treated me like some sort of dirt and you were having an affair with other women. In the end, you had an illegitimate child. And you want me to raise the child. I was just a convenient woman for you, wasn't I? Do you think that's acceptable? Because that was the promise of our marriage, to make me an employee of the company, not to complain about my going out or staying out. If you couldn't keep that promise, we'd get a divorce, right? That's right. So get my parents out of here. They're saying that they'll take me back to our family house. I don't want that. You brought them here, so it's your fault. Do something about it. I refuse. Because I'm the one who called your parents. I'm not going to let them leave without you. You're going to divorce me? No one else would take a scumbag like you as a wife but me. How long are you going to keep saying that? Huh? You are a bigger scumbag than me. I already divorced you. I wanted to believe you because I love you, but I just can't. I finally realized everything. Divorce? What are you talking about? There's no way you can get a divorce on your own like that. What happened to the divorce papers? I filed them yesterday. No kidding. The day after I asked you to put your suit on the hanger, you lost your temper and confronted me with the divorce papers, didn't you? I kept those for a long time. I'm grateful of myself for doing that. Come to think of it, I have no idea why I fell in love with you. So I had the child removed from my family register as well. That's why I have asked your parents to register the child as theirs. What? Don't do anything without consulting me. What do you think you were doing? And since we're already divorced, I'm terminating your employment with my company as of today. Are you kidding me? There's no way you can get a divorce. If you divorce me, your position will be worse, okay? It won't. You told your coworker about the child, didn't you? That since I'm the CEO, I need to defend my position. That's why you think I'll never get a divorce, and that I'm going to fund you forever. Well, I don't remember anything about that. Your words spread it quickly throughout the company. So that guy talked to others. I tried to make sure that he didn't. I guess it's because he thought you were out of your mind. What? After you spoke, the rumor spread immediately. Madison, the head of the department, was the first to get the information. She said that she didn't know you were such a scumbag, and that a man like you doesn't belong in our company. So as the CEO, I should divorce you. I heard that all over the place. Seriously? I didn't know about that. So even though I'm divorced, our company doesn't have to worry about anything. That's what Madison told me. Besides, I just sent an email to all my business partners. Huh? I'm going to be honest with them about you. And if it doesn't work out, I don't know what will. I can start my business all over again, so don't worry. I will never allow you to do something so selfish. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to charge you a huge amount of alimony. And a share of the property too. That's absurd. You're the one who's going to be charged alimony. Huh? Why? Because even though we were married, you committed adultery and even had a child with other women. And you forced me to raise the child. Why should I pay you alimony? Besides, the woman who is the mother of the child admitted everything. Huh? I told her I'd reduce her alimony if she'd be honest with me, and she told me everything. I've recorded her story so well, so I have the proof. That's why you're the one who's paying the alimony. Alimony. Think about what you did. Anyway, I'll leave it to my lawyer to decide what to do from here. We have a very good lawyer on retainer. Wait a minute. I'm going to get fired from the company and be charged alimony? There's no way I can pay that. We are already divorced, remember? I have nothing to do with what happens to you. If you have anything to say, please talk to my lawyer. Hold on a sec. What's going to happen to me now? I don't know. Why don't you just decide for yourself? I told you, we have nothing to do with each other anymore. Oh no. Just don't ever show your face in front of me again. And of course, you're banned from the company as well. If you ever show yourself, I will take legal action. That's what I intend to do. Hey, Marianne, let's talk about this once. I'm sure we can understand each other if we talk. What do you mean we'll understand each other? Don't be silly. I'm blocking your number from this moment. After that, Dennis was forcibly taken back to the countryside by his parents. They put him in a town factory owned by a relative and made him work all day long. And the money he earned from his labor was transferred to me by his parents as alimony. The child was adopted by his parents. I was relieved that they did so, because the child was innocent. Dennis has turned into a different man since he's now having shaggy hair and a stubble beard. Seems that he's working in a miserable condition. I heard that the mother of his children is already living with another man. I hope he will fully reflect on the fact that he has been living as he pleases. As for me, I'm working as hard as ever as the CEO of the company. My friends and subordinates told me that it's a good thing I'm working hard, but I need to develop a better eye for men. I was lectured a lot. I have just reflected on how I will do my best not to be deceived by the pretense of kindness and sweet words.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!